Hi everyone, and welcome to my scrappy space. It is May. May. How did that happen? Just and it was May. That's how I feel. Okay, the color this month is yellow. And I say this every month, I think. I love yellow. Yellow is so bright and happy, and it just makes me want to smile. But before we get into my yellow paper, I wanted to thank my sweet and dear friend, Jeannie Linguini. She blessed us over the Easter holiday with some goodies, and I want to personally say thank you, thank you, thank you. Jeannie, you are just an amazing woman, and I am just so blessed by you and all the little sweet magnolias of our rainbow group. And I just wanted to thank you so very much. She challenged us to go through our color sections. It has helped me so much. It's one of those things that I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to look in there. I'm going to look in there. And then I never do. I get into a collection or a paper pad, and then I usually just want one piece of paper. And I've really enjoyed just looking through all of what I have in that color section. And I have been pulling them out more and more as we've been going through the different colors. So this is what I have for yellow. I did go through this and do my light, bright, medium, and dark. And color is just so interesting. Different times of the day, this brown matte, everything just changes colors. But I did pull these particular ones out. This is a super old paper, but you will see that it is very damaged on the ends. And I have issues with bent paper. I do. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fussy cut this out, or I may put it on a angle and go ahead and use it. But I did want to pull this out. This particular piece I pulled out, and it had this behind it. And I was very much inspired by that with the butterflies. So I'm just going to pull this out now. And then, I know this is red, but on the back side was yellow. And I was looking at this, and it's a Cosmo Cricut, so you can't even get it. But I preferred the red side better. I love these little flowers, and I'm sorry, I'm looking at the things at the bottom. This is chicken noodle, dried egg noodles. That's the name of this paper. It's from 2010. And then on the other side, it said chicken noodle coordinating paper. Oh, it was this one over here that said something. Okay, so jelly bean. So that is too funny. So the red I know I will use, and so that's going to go back into my red section. And this is Cosmo Cricut, and this one said on the corner, eat your veggies and you can see more. That's just so funny to me. Now that's a good thing. So I wanted to put this paper in red as well, because I think I'll use the red dot before I will use the yellow. So I have 3 more things to add to my red. So this is my color section. And as always, I have a chunky of it. So there it is. And I'm just going to kind of show you that I went from light, bright, medium to dark. And some of these, even with my naked eye, it was really hard to see the tone on tone. I don't know if it's fading because it's so old. 2001. Oh, how embarrassing is that? I shouldn't say it's embarrassing. This is a treasure. It's a treasure. So it's really hard to see the tone on tone. But this is my light, bright. The lemons threw me. Love that. Woo, woo, woo. I know, but it goes great with the lemons and some green. Yeah. So I just went through and did the best I could. And some of this looks brown to me instead of yellow, but it's okay. I did the best I could, and it is in a color rainbow. Yeah, this looks really brown now, but trust me, it is yellow. And this was a stack of them that I had gotten, and I split them up. So that is my rainbow section, and this is what I'm going to pull. Okay, these are the papers that I pulled. Now don't be frightened. I know this doesn't look like it goes together at all. I've chosen a sketch off of Pinterest by Natalie Leonelli, and she has a wonderful one with some heritage. And my Grandma Smith, I was going through this, and her first name is Daisy, and she loved the color yellow. And so I am going to fussy cut these out, and I'm going to use them. I'm going to also fussy cut some of these butterflies, and then this is going to be the papers that I use. Now I'll probably have a different background paper, but this is part of what I'm going to be using for my main pieces. So come back and we'll see what I've created. This is the layout that I'm working on. I am following a sketch by Natalie Leonelli from Citrus Twist Kit. It's a wonderful sketch, and let's see if I can show you on my other phone here. Let's see if I can do this. Can you guys see that? I don't know, but that is the photo, or the sketch, excuse me, that I'm following. And let's go ahead and plug my phone in before that one dies. And I was gonna do one with just my grandma, and when I was going through my photos, this just kind of popped out to me a little bit, and it has a little bit of a yellow hue. Unfortunately, we're not always able to adjust the photos that we have. But this is my grandma and grandpa, and it's kind of funny. Right now we're getting into raising a garden, and my Grandpa Smith, this is my great grandpa and this is his daughter, they were avid gardeners. My grandpa was, and I couldn't stand it. He was like, come out here and help me weed, and I was like, oh grandpa, I don't want to. And I kind of regret it now, the time that you spend out there just visiting and just being quiet together and that type of thing. And so, of course, as a kid, you don't realize the importance of those kind of things. At least I didn't. I do now, but so anyways, one of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about is this was already photo cornered. That's how the photo came. And at the time, I think when the processing was done, they rounded the corners. And my first piece, I went ahead and did the corner round. Let's see if I can find it here. Yes. And then when I put it on the photo, I already laid this down, but when I put it on the photo, it wasn't the same kind of roundness, and it looked really funky. So I just pulled it off and put a square. Now, I'm not a big fan of the square with the rounded corners. So what I thought I would do, I thought I would show you guys this, is Janet always talks about having something that is a reminder. And I have these photo corners in my enamel dot container. And I thought maybe this could help with the roundness of those. And I think it looks pretty good, actually. I think it just, I don't know, takes some of that sharpness away, or I don't know. It just looks a little bit better to me. So I thought I would show that to you. And yeah, it just takes the round away, and it just gives it a nice polished look. And with it being antique too, it's a nice touch. And I forget about my little photo corners, and I don't know why, because they're really kind of fabulous. So doesn't that just make it better? So I really, really was thrilled with that. Now let's go ahead and stick that one down. I went ahead and stuck the other pages down, and I did the ultimate boo-boo, you guys. I was inking my edges of this paper here. I didn't want to do the white. I wanted the white to kind of stand out a little bit. And as you know, I only do 15-minute little segments sometimes, and my timer went off, and I was running a little bit late because I pushed it in here, and I had to go to adult and do that whole work thing, and I left the lid off my ink. This is one of my favorite ones, the Antique Linen by Tim Holtz Distress, and it still seems to be working fine, but I was like, oh, so bummed. Let's see, let's go ahead and put this here. We can always move it. So anyways, just remind yourself to always put the lid back on. But it seems to be okay. I'm good. So where did those go? Let's go ahead and just keep putting things away so we don't have a big giant mess. And then I pulled some more photos. These are photos of photos. And this is my great-great-grandma. And look, she's got a cigarette. Which is kind of funny to me because, well, it's not funny to me. Cigarettes were a big thing. And look, this is a clothesline with clothespins in the house. My great-great-grandma, she worked in logging camps as a camp cook. She's a tough cookie, a real tough cookie. So anyways, I love old photos. And that's another thing. I was looking through old photos and yeah, that's how I got late with everything, is because I was like, oh, look at that, look at that. And you should never look at photos when you have to go to work, just saying. Okay, so I did do a bunch of fussy cutting with these daisies, and I'll tell you, with these little pointy things, it was kind of a messy little project, but it's okay. It's okay. I have little bits and bobs if I want to fill in here. And then I went ahead and fussy cut some of these butterflies in yellow. I mean, I did a few of them. And then I cut a little base there. And I kind of ran out of this paper, but I still want to do a little flag, so I thought I could make that work, make it work. And here's my little daisies. Don't be singing the Daisy Dollop song, you guys. Let's get all this put together here. Put it together. One of the dies that I just purchased, I try to be very selective about my dies and have them work for me. I'm trying to stay, I don't want tons of them. Well, I suppose if I had the funds, I would have tons, but I just purchased this one and I love it. And it can work for so many different things. The layout had some really cool texture. If you've watched MK's, she has some green, it's like a ribbon, but it's like tied together. It's really, really cool. And she said the person's name where she got it, but I didn't have any of that, of course. So I just cut this, I don't even know what you would call this. What do they call it? I think they call it picket fence or something like that. I don't know where it's at over here in my continued mess. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this in half, and I want to keep these little bits and bobs here because I think that looks really cool. And the great thing about this is you can always kind of adjust it and make it look like you want it. That's for sure. I just love that look. Let's see, oh, I don't think they had another doily down here. I don't think so, but they did have one up here. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. Because you can always move things, right? Always, always. So cute. That I'm going to have to glue on, but I want to make sure that I have it just right. Just right, just right. And this one, it just came out from under this. Yeah. Oh, I think I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. I like that. I like that. And I'm not going to make you guys watch me put that down. What I'm going to do is kind of stack everything on there, and then I'll come back and glue it down. Now they had a measuring tape. It was yellow. I didn't have yellow. So I brought this in, and let's see. Oh, so they have a pocket. So right here, if you guys can see it, there's a vellum pocket. Well, the other day when I was digging through my scraps, I came across a piece of mulberry. And so what I did is, it was a small piece, but I just went ahead and I just made a pocket. And so I thought that added such great texture. And it's not vellum, but I just liked it. And I used that piece. So I'm going to make this be my little pocket. And then I am going to go ahead and make a tag with this piece, so that'll slide in there. And I don't know if I'm going to use this as far as like a tag or whatever. And then this little piece is getting in my way. So let's see. Oh, let's go ahead and just, and this goes pretty darn quick and easy. So I want a couple of my daisies up here, and I may pop some of them up. And then of course I cut that one, but I'm probably gonna slide that. And then I'm just gonna layer, and just have my little, whoops, embellishment cluster. And I may go ahead and put one over here. Not quite sure. I might have to cut some, cut some more green, or here's another one. And then here's this little piece here. That'll be cute. That will be cute. And then we will add the butterflies. And I like how these butterflies, Joanne does that all the time. She pins them. I like how these butterflies have just a hint of the red and that type of thing, which pulls out some of this in this photo. I'd like to get a butterfly on each one of these. So, and then I will make tags with my yellow and this tan and this brown. Maybe not the brown. Maybe I'll just do a couple of tags right here. Maybe I won't. Yeah. Oh, they didn't have a cluster down here. But I like that cluster, so I think I'm going to keep that cluster there and not put any tags at all. So come back and we will have it all put together. I love how this turned out. I am loving this paper rose die. What is it called? Just this texture to metal die. But I love this. It's so pretty, and it just gives it the neatest little, I don't know, this extra special. So I did put some stickles on here on my butterflies, just a little bit. I did put some jemmies on there, and I seen Joanne Bartel use these, and of course then I had to get them. They are yellow, but you can't really tell that they're yellow, but that's okay. I know they're yellow. I love how this turned out. I made a little tag and a little journaling spot, and the mulberry paper, I'm hoping as the glue dries, it won't show, but with the tone on tone, it doesn't really, you know, pop out too much. And the focus is on my grandparents. I'm going to cut out their name on the bottom here, and I think I'm gonna call it good. I had so much fun playing with my color yellow. It is one of my favorites. I think I say that about all of them, but I like color. What can I say? And make sure you check out everybody listed below that is playing. There are a lot of people over on the Crafty Low No Spend group, the Facebook group, which I will also list, that is playing along. And I hope you guys are out there making memories and having a super amazing day. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.